Hey y'all, remember me? Did you miss me? I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and that you're all super excited for 2025. Can you believe it? As for me, I'm here to do a little retrospective, a little look back on my year. I've done this in the past kind of to reflect on the videos I've made and how I want to change them going forward. But seeing as I didn't make that many videos this year, this will be more of a general summary of my life, with some of the video making stuff sprinkled in. So I hope you enjoy that. And now let's set the scene, starting with December 2023.
After some personal mental health struggles, I managed to put out a video. A video I had originally planned to upload for National Coming Out Day in October, but let's not dwell on that.
Even though it was delayed and didn't go exactly how I wanted it to,
The reception on it was the best I've ever had.
I even had in-person friends reach out to me personally to tell me how much they loved the video, which I've never had happen before. So, riding that high, I was super excited to make the next video.
H. Bomber Guy had just released his latest magnum opus, and it was incredibly inspiring. There was a lot I wanted to say about plagiarism and academia and the importance of queer history,
But there was one small problem.
I had a ticking clock hanging over my head. I was going to be heading to Texas for the holidays, where I wasn't going to have any access to a computer or be able to record until I got back in January 2024.
Unfortunately, I didn't make the deadline I set. But hey, minor setback. I can go enjoy the holidays with my family and come back in January to make the video. Going into January, I was very broke. I had been on unemployment since the previous August, and that was quickly running out. I'd interviewed for several positions, including one that I really thought I would get right before the holidays, but I had no way of knowing if that would work out. They still hadn't called me back, and for all I knew, I could have still been rejected. So I had to spend all of January putting in more applications and doing more interviewing, praying that at least one of them would get me a job. And thankfully, at the end of January, I did finally land a position.
I started the new job at the beginning of February. I was excited to be working again, but the job definitely came with its own challenges. I had to get comfortable with their database management system, had to get through hours of training material, and adjust to being awake at 7 a.m. again.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's all bad though. I mean, for one, hey, steady income.
Another fun side effect is that my creativity explodes. I'm not sure if it's the relief of being employed or the structure of a work schedule, but suddenly it's just coming out of my every pore. I'm drawing every day, multiple times a day. I'm thinking of all these story ideas that I could maybe use for a webcomic.
I also started to revise my script with the hopes that I could still record it and get the video out before the topic became completely irrelevant.
I get to meet two of my comic making idols. I tell them my idea for a webcomic, and one of them says, "Oh, that sounds fun. I'd read that."
I had to stop myself from just...
Then came March. I don't really remember much about March besides March just feeling hopeful. I started to feel comfortable in my new job. I was making steady progress on the comic I was working on and my new video script. The flowers of spring start their early bloom, and everything just feels like it's beginning. I've noticed New Englanders start to bloom too. Once the weather starts to warm up a bit, there are so many social events. The cherry on top being my friend's awesome St. Patrick's Day party. In general, I'm just happy. But April gets rough. I try to record what I have, but it doesn't feel like a video I would make. It feels like a video I'm making because I think the subject will be popular.
And each day that I continue to drag my feet on, I'm wondering if it's even worth it.
It feels especially worthless when I can see there are clear and present issues that I could be discussing instead. But despite my personal creative struggle and the growing violence abroad that my country was helping to facilitate, my life continued. There's lots of birthdays to celebrate, hockey to watch, and art to make. In May,
I decide I'm tired of waiting for the script to come to me.
Instead, I just lived each day as fully as I can. I got really into drawing mermaids for Mermaid. I even went and threw tea in the Boston Harbor like a true American. I also keep thinking about the atrocities in Gaza, and I feel like I should be doing more.
Even if all I can do is make a silly little video.
Then came June, which comes with Pride.
And oh my god, was this Pride Month full. I am so lucky that I happened to find this amazing community. I never thought that my life would be full of so many people that would just bring me so much joy.
I had so much fun at Fenway Park. We went as a big group for Pride Night, and I ate entirely too many hot dogs. I experimented a bit with making my own clothes, also went to a couple amazing parades. Through everything that happened in June, I started to feel more myself, more at peace with myself than I have in a long time.
Okay, so I went out and had a wild, crazy June. Just amongst us has not. But hey, June is done. Now it's time for a nice, relaxing, quiet July, right? Well,
okay, so maybe flying out to Edmonton, Alberta, the first weekend of July after a very full June wasn't the most relaxing idea, but man, was it fun. I got to spend the whole weekend with two of my internet friends that I've known since I was like 14. This was the first time since the pandemic began that we've been able to see each other in person. They took me to see all the sights of Edmonton. We even encountered their final enemy, the mall. Before Mall of America, this was the biggest mall in all of North America. It is still very big, and I made the mistake of walking all of it in heels. Why did I torture myself like that, you may ask? Because my friend was nice enough to lend me her Lolita cord, and I was not gonna ruin the aesthetic with my tennis shoes.
as much fun as I had though, I did have to return to Providence, and with returning to Providence, I had a renewed urge to get this video done. Because my Gaza video was at this point in my video making process where the script is done, but I haven't quite finished recording or editing, and my brain starts to poison myself to that video idea. I always reach a point in video making where I'm convinced that the topic is stale, nobody cares about it. If there's jokes, the jokes aren't funny, and I just start thinking, oh, look at this shiny new video idea. Wouldn't it be much better to work on this shiny new video idea that you just came up with and don't worry about the video that you spent months working on?
Then we get to August, and I finally put out the video. It only took me 8 months to do, but I did it.
And the video is good. I don't think it's the best video I've ever made. I hope to make better videos than it in the future, but I still stand by the message. I still think it's an important message, and I did something creatively different from my other videos.
It's also the worst performing video that I have made.
Look, I'm not naive. I've been making Sam the Anthro videos for almost 5 years, and I haven't even cleared 300 subs. If I was doing this all for views, I would have quit a long time ago. While I'd love for YouTube to someday be my career, I am very far from that reality.
But it was very discouraging. I'd go on my channel and see my most viewed video and my least viewed video right next to each other.
If I could make that video over again, would I do anything different? Not on the video itself, but I do think if I had uploaded that video earlier, if I had gotten it out in April, it would have gotten that video off my mind, and I would have been able to make a lot more this year. But I did. Well, if wishes and butts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. I fear I may be losing the plot a little bit. So besides putting out that one video, what else did I do in August?
I took the train to Boston and went to the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. That was really cool. I actually took a lot of footage while I was there because at the time I thought, hey, maybe this could be my next video idea. I'd considered doing a video on museum visits a couple of times, but I've never been able to think of much of a script for them. Most of the time, all I can think to say about museums is, look at all this stuff. Isn't this museum cool? Go visit it. Maybe someday I'll think of something better.
August recap is officially taking too long. Lightning round.
I bought a couch. Here's what I look like sitting on it. I took my very first paid commission as an artist. It made me think that maybe someday I could make a living as a creative and not have to work an office job. Some friends and I drove to Connecticut and I got to see Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne in concert. I genuinely wept when Simple Plan played Welcome to My Life, like the little former emo kid I am. And now, September.
What happened in September again?
September started off great with a trip to Newport. I took a bus from Providence to go on a mansion tour of the Elm, the former home of a coal baron. While I enjoyed looking at a level of opulence I could never hope to own, I tried not to think too much about how all of this was built on the backs of poor people. But hey, look at all that marble.
I took a trip when I could, though, because the next 2 weeks were hell. I did not know this, but it turns out that September is the busiest, most stressful time of year for my job, and I was in the trenches.
I'm making it sound depressing. I promise it wasn't all gloom and doom. My friends hosted delicious potluck dinners, I got to go to karaoke nights, and I went to the zoo for their Food Truck Friday event, where I got to try every kind of food truck. Once I got through the hardest parts of September, I took another day trip to Boston. I also went because I wanted to try this yummy apple cheesecake that became a meme. But I was mostly there to write, and I had a very successful writing trip. So successful that I thought, wow, this script is looking great. I might be able to release this in October. Halloween, or I should really say most of October, is basically gay Christmas. Outside of Pride Month, this is the busiest time of year for my social calendar. There's Fright Fest at Six Flags, and block parties, and house parties. I should have known that I would not have any time to put a video out.
Now you, dear sweet audience, may say, but Samantha, you didn't have to go to all those social events. You chose to go to all of those social events. Well, I only had like 3 friends until I was 28. So let me have this. Let me be cool for once.
I'm also just a little theater kid at heart, okay? And I cannot pass up an opportunity to wear a costume. I even got to perform as a drag king at an amateur drag night. It was so much fun. It was something I never thought I would do, but I had a blast and definitely want to do again. Okay, so October, bad time to try to make a new video.
But in November, I'll have plenty of time to work on that new video. Right?
You would think that, but on the day after Halloween, I was back on a plane headed to Montreal. I had a great time, and I checked a bunch of stuff off my bucket list that I never got around to doing, like riding the Ferris wheel, doing the zip line. My friend took me to this hilarious medieval-themed restaurant.
But that was only the first weekend of November. When I got back, I had plenty of time to work on it, right?
No, because when I got back, I only had a few days left to finish planning for my Chapel Roan themed birthday party.
Look, I'm a thirsty little sapphic. Sue me. After that, I finally got some breathing room, and I even managed to finish the script. So now we're gonna record, right? We're gonna get a video finished, right?
Except, oops, now it's Thanksgiving, and I gotta fly to Texas.
I even brought all of my camera equipment, thinking surely at some point I'll have some time to record something. Maybe I'll wake up early one day and I can record before everyone else wakes up.
But once again, I was Boo-Boo the Fool. There was just no time. So I get back from Thanksgiving. I am swamped with all of the work that didn't get done during Thanksgiving break, in addition to everything that they want me to get done before the Christmas break.
For some reason, I convinced myself that it would be a better idea to set my finished script to the side and try to do a holiday-themed video, because I thought, hey, Christmas is around the corner. Surely I can write, record, and edit a holiday video in like 2 weeks before I have to go back to Texas for Christmas. Want to guess what happened next? So neither video got done.
Although disappointed that I didn't get anything done, I did get to spend the last 2 weeks of the year peacefully. I slept and read and drew and laid out in the sun and played with my dog. I had a fun Christmas with my brother and my parents and our nice steak dinner. For New Year's, I learned what a piece of shit boyfriend Bob Dylan was and got to blow some stuff up. Looking back at everything, 2024 was a pretty good year.
I mean, not for video making. It was a terrible year for video making. But it was a great year for just being me.
Since I was a teenager, I've always just been chasing the next goal. I've always been thinking about the future.
And this year, instead of having some big goal that I was trying to reach, I just focused on being happy.
I might not have my dream job or be making my dream money. I still have a lot I want to accomplish in my life, and as I become another year older, it's hard not to worry if I'll ever get there. But this year, I tried to focus on joy and choose joy every chance I got. I don't regret that choice.
That was what the year was like for me personally. But what about for Sam the Anthro? Is this the year that I finally just give up and throw in the towel on this channel?
March 16th will mark the 5-year anniversary of my first true Sam the Anthro video. Yes, I have videos older than that on this channel, but this is the one I consider to be the true start of Sam the Anthro. When I was a bored grad student who was stuck inside my apartment during the COVID shutdown. I still rewatch those old videos occasionally. I love to see the passion and excitement I had. To have this new hobby to keep me company, something that made me so excited to make something when the world seemed so bleak.
I'm 5 years older and I still love video making. When I start to see a script coming together, I get giddy. The day that I get to record, it's like an all-day affair. I'm giggling between the different takes. When I have to edit, well, editing makes me want to pull my hair out. But getting to see the little pieces of the video come together, it's so exciting.
I always told myself I'd stop doing this when it became boring. I told myself even if I hit the lottery and somehow became one of those million subscriber channels, I'd stop as soon as I lost feeling giddy at creating something. I haven't felt that yet. I want to make videos. Promise you, this will not be the last you see of me in 2025.
I have two finished scripts right now. I'm also going to be experimenting with short form content, maybe some chapter summaries of stuff I'm reading for the channel, or some quick fun facts. If you have anything that you'd like me to see in particular that could be a shorter video, leave a comment below. I always love feedback. Lastly, I want to thank y'all for your support and especially your patience. I know I haven't put out much this year, but I'm so excited to make videos in 2025. The most videos I've ever made in 1 year is 14 videos, and I feel like I can definitely top that this year. So if you want to stick around for that, feel free to give me a sub down below, like this video, comment on it, tell me what you're excited for 2025. If you have any goals, if you make videos, any videos that you're excited to make, I'd love to hear it all. Happy 2025. See you soon.